What's going on, ABFitnessStudio family? It's your boy Animal B coming to you with another vid. As you can see, I'm in a new location. I'm not allowed to film at my gym anymore, so I went ahead and moved somewhere else. And a request that I've received was a setup for my bench. Now, I did not have the outcome that I was looking for at my competition for my bench, but my bench has grown through these past cycles of training, and I'm going to show you how. Now, one of the most important things when doing the bench press is your setup. So you see I set up with my feet on the bench. This helps me to dig my scapula into the bench. So the more that you can dig and the more that you can arch your lower back without having your butt come up, the shorter the range of motion is going to be. So you see me dig my shoulder blades into the bench. Now what I'm doing is I'm planting my feet solid, because you want to push through your feet and it's going to transfer through your kinetic chain through your body and out through the bar. Belly up, nice big breath, unrack the weight, and I go ahead and start. Now this was a speed day, so I had 8 sets of 3 with 295 pounds. All in all, this felt very good. Another key thing you want to focus on when doing your bench press is not having your shoulders flare out, your elbows flare out. You want to kind of try to keep them at a 45-degree angle, and you want to make sure that your wrists are not bending. Keep the wrist straight like you're punching the ceiling. So a major reason why my bench has always been one of my weaker points, other than the fact that I'm a little bit taller and longer, are my triceps. So to counteract that, I went ahead and did some rack presses. Same concept as rack pulls. When you do a rack press, you're putting yourself at a mechanical disadvantage. You're not able to have that stretch reflex. So you're using predominantly triceps to lock the bar out. A lot of us can get the weight off of our chest, but then we fail in that midsection to lock it out where the triceps kick in. So that's the purpose of these rack presses. I went ahead and did 5 sets of these, 5 sets of 5 actually, with 315 pounds. Next, I went ahead and threw in some deadlift sets, as I often do. This was 5 sets of 4 reps of 475 pounds. And it's funny because they sometimes often feel worse than how they look. Looking back at this, I'm pretty pleased with my position. My hips are coming up a little bit. I did have a little bit of trouble finding the correct position for me because this is a different bar than the bar I'm used to using at my gym. So my feet were a little bit wider, my arms were a little wider than I'm comfortable with. But once I made the adjustment, then everything started to click right into place where it was supposed to. Now I went ahead and did some rack pulls. Now these are rack pulls a little bit higher than how I normally do them, because I normally use the stepper. So when you're using the stepper, it puts it maybe 2.5 inches off the ground. That was a lot higher. That was more closer to mid shin. So the higher it is, basically the easier it is to lock it out. But it's good to have that variation. Sometimes go a little higher, sometimes go a little lower. For example, if you're doing a box squat, you don't always want to do your box squat from the same height. Sometimes you want to bump it up. You'll be able to go a little heavier. Sometimes drop it down. You won't be able to go as heavy, but you get a little more activation. I finished off today's routine with maybe one of the best glute and hamstring machines ever made. It's actually called the glute and hamstring machine. And as you can see, the position that it puts you in, you are really activating your posterior chain, your glutes, as well as your hamstring and lower back. So I slowed it down here to see one of the most important things is as you're coming down, to not cheat. Get a full extension. You see I have a nice clean extension with my legs. I'm not hyperextending, and from this position I pull myself back, making sure that I'm not kicking myself up, and I'm fully using my hamstrings to pull myself up. I did 4 sets of 12 reps on the glute hamstring machine, and that concluded my workout. I would like to point out that I am using straps from time to time. I've never had an issue with my grip, but because I'm doing so much volume in my pulling movements, I'm trying to save my hands. I'm currently doing 3 sets of pulling movements, which I may drop because it's taking me a little bit longer to do them. As I get heavier in the weight, I need a little more recovery time. So due to that, I'm throwing the straps on to actually help my grip. Not help my grip, but help me finish the lifts without damaging my hands. But this is your boy Animal B. Thanks for watching. Signing out. Peace.
What's going on, guys? If you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel. This can be done by pushing the red subscribe button located in the top right hand corner of the video. Also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all under ABFitnessStudio. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at getfitbodies@gmail.com. Check out the website at abfitnessstudio.com, and let's ignite your fitness.